Imagine this. You're at the very bottom of a 10,000-foot chasm, right on a cliff's edge. That's where we find our young man, Mad Demon, lost in thought. He looks out, a contemplative sigh escaping his lips. This place, it makes me nostalgic, you know? He begins, his voice carrying in the desolate air. It reminds me of the days I dreamed of becoming a god of war. A dream I wanted to achieve, no matter how impossible the path seemed. He pauses, a faint smile playing on his lips. Every time I mentioned it, people just laughed like I was some madman. But me? I just kept training my martial arts day and night, chasing that dream like a true lunatic. He shakes his head slightly. I even thought, hey, even if I don't become a god of war, surely my hellish training will be enough. But now I understand. It's never enough. Just then, a booming voice shatters the silence from behind him. Mad Demon, stop wasting time and hand over the divine orb you stole from our sect. Mad Demon turns his head, only slightly. Behind him stands a group from the demon sect, the luminous sect's notorious left hand. The leader, a stern-faced man, glares. You hound of the luminous sect, Mad Demon drawls, a hint of annoyance in his tone. Can't you see I'm in the middle of a monologue here? The leader scoffs. What good will your nonsensical story do? Your death is already sealed. I'll give you credit for running this long, but it ends here. In Mad Demon's hand, a small, vibrant red orb pulsates with light. He holds it up, just slightly, catching the leader's eye. You said this thing is the divine orb, right? Tell me, maybe I should just drop it down here. The leader visibly tenses, his face paling. No, I apologize. Please continue your dramatic story, he stammers, waving his hands frantically. Mad Demon allows himself a small, satisfied smirk. He falls silent for a moment, letting the chasm's breeze wash over him, then continues, picking up right where he left off. I was a genius of wit, he proclaims, his voice gaining momentum. A lord of schemes, a king of tactics, the god of deception, the great sage of seduction, and I never fell into the trap of love. Oh, and I was also a berserker, especially skilled in the art of exposure. The demon sect leader practically snorts. Only in your dreams, especially that trap of love part. The only reason you never fell into it is because no woman would ever like a freak like you. Those girls who hung around you, we arranged all of them. The whole world knows that. Mad Demon. Mad Demon's eyes narrow, a death glare that could melt steel focusing on the leader. He slowly raises the divine orb again. Why don't you drop it? He asks, his voice dangerously low. The leader flinches, backing away another step. No, I'm sorry. Okay, please continue. Mad Demon smiles faintly, then continues his tale. To become a god of war, I put myself through the most insane, the most torturous training imaginable. And that, my friends, is who I am, the Berserk Demon. The demon sect leader and his lackeys stand there, staring up at him, utterly bewildered. Finally, the leader breaks the silence, cautiously. Hey, you still not done yet? Mad Demon shrugs. Nope, but after all the recent battles, everything's become meaningless. This whole journey I undertook, to bring justice to this world. Justice, the demon sect leader cuts in, practically howling with laughter. Aren't you the public enemy of every righteous sect out there? You're even more infamous than me. Even though I'm in the demon sect, they put you, Mad Demon, at the very top of their most wanted list. And just like that, Mad Demon once again, without missing a beat, holds up the glowing divine orb. Maybe I should just toss this thing away then? The demon sect leader, gritting his teeth, forces out, my apologies for upsetting you. Mad Demon just scoffs, seeing how you, the left hand of the luminous sect, have to grovel like this item must be pretty important, huh? And I even killed over 100 of your elite warriors while you were chasing me. You've got some serious patience, I'll give you that. He's definitely enjoying the taunt. The demon sect leader growls through clenched teeth. Mad Demon, just because I'm letting you talk doesn't mean you can say whatever you want. Mad Demon stares silently at the other sect members for a moment. Then, he speaks thoughtfully. This killing intent, huh? So, you really want to kill me? I respect your decision. Let's end this battle. But before that, I should probably drop this. It's not exactly easy to fight while holding on to something so precious, Suddenly, seeing Mad Demon about to throw the divine orb into the chasm, the demon sect leader freezes. He quickly tries to stop him. Whoa, wait. I'm sorry. I was out of line. Can we negotiate? Negotiate? Mad Demon roars in fury. You've been chasing me for days on end with that inescapable net of yours, not giving me a single moment of rest. Thanks to you, I haven't eaten or slept. Not only that, I haven't even had time to take a piss. Do you have any idea how frustrated I am? The demon sect leader tries to explain. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's called an inescapable net for a reason. Mad Demon raises his hand. The demon sect leader immediately goes on guard. What the hell are you trying to do now? What? Mad Demon says almost innocently. I was just thinking of giving you guys a real beating. That's all. Huh. Suddenly, unbelievably, Mad Demon swallows the divine orb. The world seems to stop. The demon sect members are stunned, absolutely speechless. The leader, in particular, breaks out in a cold sweat. unable to believe his own eyes. Surprising, isn't it? Mad Demon says with a smirk. Snapping out of it, the leader screams, "You crazy son of a bitch! You actually swallowed it." Mad Demon remains silent for a beat. Then a corner of his mouth curls up. "Look at your reaction. Seems like eating it was the right call after all." The leader is so furious that the veins in his eyes bulge. He roars out an order. "Kill him. No, wait. Capture him alive for me. I'll dice him into pieces and present him to the sect master." His subordinates charge forward, yelling, "As you command." The demon sect members swarm towards Mad Demon like a horde of angry ants. Mad Demon calmly shifts his footing. Then, he spins into a ready stance, prepared to unleash hell. A demon sect member lunges forward first, swinging his sword swiftly at Mad Demon. But Mad Demon dodges with ease and counters with a powerful punch, sending the man flying, blood spraying everywhere. Another one charged in, but guess what? Our Mad Demon took him down without even breaking a sweat. Then, dozens more rushed him all at once. But with that main character energy, Mad Demon charged right into the fray. He snatched a sword from one of his attackers, making the poor man tremble in fear. Then, using nothing but his bare hands, he launched a relentless assault. He sent those demon sect members flying, an entire group grievously wounded and crashing to the ground. The remaining men held their swords defensively, trembling, too terrified to even take another step. "Hey, you hound of the luminous sect," Mad Demon shouted, his voice echoing through the chaos. "How much longer are you going to let your underlings die for you? Huh? You've wasted all these days just to wear me down, to exhaust me. Don't you think it's time you finally came out of your shell?" "Fine, I'll deal with you myself," the demon sect leader replied, his voice a low growl. He snarled at his subordinates. "Fall back." Mad Demon just looked at him, a smirk playing on his lips. "What a coward. Why didn't you face me when I was still at full strength?" "Shut up," the leader roared, leaping forward as a strange light enveloped him. Our hero, Mad Demon, immediately prepared his own technique. A golden aura flared around his hand as he yelled, "Bring it on if you've got the guts." The demon sect leader, now shrouded in a thick white aura, shot towards Mad Demon like a gale force wind. "You bastard," he screamed. But just then, Mad Demon suddenly coughed up blood. He thought to himself, "Damn it, gathering my core energy is only making my previous injuries worse. Still, you hound of the luminous sect, you're coming down to hell with me." "Iron Demon strike," Mad Demon yelled. The two of them clashed. A blinding flash of light erupted from the impact, so bright that the surrounding demon sect members had to shield their eyes. Where they had fought, only a deep crater filled with shattered rock remained, dust and smoke billowing everywhere. Suddenly, Mad Demon was blasted out of the smoke cloud, spitting blood. He thought, "Is he too strong for me to handle in my wounded state?" The demon sect leader, also standing in a pool of his own blood, thought, "Mad Demon, I can't believe he's this powerful with such a battered body. He's far more formidable than I imagined." But at that moment, he saw Mad Demon's figure beginning to fall from the cliff. "No," he screamed. "Ah, not so bad," Mad Demon said with a weak smile, almost a taunt. "Your sect master is going to have your heads for this. Now die." The demon sect leader clutched his injured arm, watching helplessly as our hero tumbled into the abyss. He stared down into the bottomless chasm where Mad Demon had disappeared. He roared, "All of you, get down into that chasm immediately. At the very least, you better find his corpse." As the Mad Demon plummeted through the air, he had one final thought. "Well, at least I fought to my last breath, didn't I? This time, I took down so many demon sect elites. And hey, I even managed to steal and eat their most sacred treasure. Honestly, I've lived a happy life. I wonder if the Murim Alliance will finally grant me the title of God of War after this. Though, I guess none of that matters anymore, does it? Most importantly, how on earth did I die a virgin?" Suddenly, something strange happened. He wasn't falling anymore. He was somewhere else. "Huh?" The Mad Demon looked around, completely confused. "Where's this place?" Then a white-haired, white-bearded old man materialized before him. The old man spoke, his voice resonating through the space. You have devoured the demonic orb and its bound souls. You must be completely insane." After delivering this shocking news, the old man simply floated into the air. "This old man," the Mad Demon muttered, "he's terrifyingly strong." "That doesn't matter now," the old man replied, his gaze intense. "The divine orb you consumed? It contains the souls of countless, exceptional martial artists. Now that you've eaten it, those spirits, unable to ascend to the heavens, will latch onto your own. When you sleep, they'll wake you. When you eat, they'll share every sensation. They'll even cling to anyone you touch. And worst of all, your inner energy, it'll become so chaotic, so uncontrollable." The Mad Demon tensed. "Uncontrollably chaotic?" he echoed. But then, to the old man's clear surprise, his face lit up. "Wait, does that mean I can get stronger?" The old man stared at him, a deeply judgmental look on his face. Is this guy an idiot? He seemed to be thinking. Does he really think chaotic energy is a good thing? "I ask you," the old man said, his voice dropping to a menacing growl. "Why did you swallow that divine orb?" The Mad Demon felt a chill run down his spine. That glare alone feels like it could kill me, he thought, trembling. He possesses power beyond my wildest imagination. If I don't give him the answer he wants, I'm dead for sure. No, I'll be turned to dust. Answer me honestly, the old man urged, his eyes piercing. The mad demon quickly replied, I didn't swallow it out of greed. I just wanted to make sure the demon sect master couldn't consume it. What? The old man interjected, surprised. The mad demon continued, I can't stand him. To him, other people are no different from weeds. If someone like him were to become even stronger, I can't even begin to imagine what would happen. Hearing this, the old man mused, so you dislike him because he doesn't see others as human, huh? You didn't eat it out of thirst for power. He stroked his long, white beard thoughtfully. Then, a smile slowly spread across his face. All right, you did a good thing. A fine answer indeed. The mad demon finally let out a deep sigh of relief. The old man continued, this new life, it's your final chance. I can't help you any further, as I must face punishment myself. What do you mean? The mad demon asked, confused. The old man's expression softened. This is the best I can do for you, he explained, and it is the greatest gift you will ever receive. In the old man's palm, another divine orb, identical to the one the mad demon had eaten, materialized, glowing softly. Wait, what? Suddenly, the mad demon's entire body glowed with a brilliant, blinding light. The scene shifts to a peaceful house, tucked away behind a mountain. Suddenly, the mad demon, now known as Ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, shoots up in bed. His eyes dart around in pure astonishment. This place, he murmurs, his whole body glowing faintly. It's the inn where I stayed when I was young. He jolts awake again, though, truly bewildered this time. His eyes scan every object in the room, a profound sense of familiarity washing over him. This is definitely my room. It doesn't seem to be a dream. What's going on? He wonders aloud. When I lived here, I was only in my 20s. A sudden, thrilling thought hits him. Wait a minute, he thinks, a tremor running through him. This means I can start my martial arts training several years earlier than before. And once I master it, my demonic arts will allow my power to grow much, much faster than in my past life. Ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ's hands tremble as he clenches his fists, but a determined smile spreads across his face. This time, he vows, I'll become stronger than ever. Ow, he suddenly cries out, wincing. An injury? What hit me? Stepping outside, he sees the inn's main hall is a complete mess. Overturned tables, scattered chairs, broken dishes everywhere. Huh, the tavern's completely wrecked, he observes. If this happened, then that means so it was back then. Ʀᴇᴛᴜ starts to remember. Hey, waiter! A customer's voice echoes in his mind. I hear you're working hard to earn money. What are you saving up for, kid? Young Ʀᴇᴜ had thought to himself. I can't just tell them my parents passed away and I've lost all purpose. What should I say? They're just passing customers. I'll just joke around a bit. Well, actually, he'd replied with a grin. It's my dream to hear Ʀᴇᴜ sing at the Cherry Blossom Pavilion. That was the humble dream of the young waiter, you see. Soon, though, the whispers started. Have you heard about that waiter from the inn? Someone gossiped. The reason he's so obsessed with making money is because he wants to spend a night of passion with Lady Ʀᴇᴜ. Wow, what a psycho. I was wondering why he was always so desperate for money. What a loser. I was just joking about Lady Ʀᴇᴜ, the most famous beauty in Demon Fall. Ʀᴇᴜ thinks now, a bitter taste in his mouth. But that rumor spread like wildfire. He looks around at the ruined tavern. Yup, looking at the state of this place. I've definitely returned to that time. Everything's in ruins, just like before. And just thinking about it makes me furious. They beat me to a pulp and destroyed the tavern. All just for that stupid joke. First, he decides, let's check the condition of this body. Then, I'll figure out my next move. Ʀᴇᴜ sits cross-legged in his room, closing his eyes. First, he thinks, I need to master the Iron Demon Traverse art that my past self used. As he concentrates deeply, something incredible happens. A heavenly pearl appears within him. Energy, he muses, completely stunned. How does my body have primal energy? Back then, I didn't have a single drop, but now it's overflowing. I don't know why, but hey, an opportunity is an opportunity, right? First, I'll start by mastering the Iron Demon Traverse art. Ʀᴇᴜ's eyes remain shut tight, streams of mysterious energy swirling around him, ready to change his destiny. The sun slowly dipped behind the mountains, and soon, the sky was utterly dark. Only then did Ʀᴇᴜ slowly open his eyes. He muttered, unbelievable. Even if I had mastered it before, achieving the first stage of the Iron Demon Traverse art this easily. Could it be? So that's what the old man meant. This is the best I can do for you, and it is the greatest gift you will ever receive. He realized the primal energy coursing through his seemingly pathetic body must be from that divine orb he'd consumed. But half of that incredible power within him was still dormant. How absolutely humiliating. Yet, a subtle smile spread across his face. Well, whatever. No need to rush, right? I already have a good amount of primal energy. Seriously, who can even imagine how strong I'll become? Just then, his stomach let out a mighty growl. It's been a while since I've used my mind arts. I guess I need to refuel. Let's go check out Demon Fall Town. With that thought, Ʀᴇᴜ headed into town. It was late, and the streets were mostly empty, most people already asleep. But even at this hour on the side of the road, small stalls were still selling fragrant, steaming hot buns. As he passed one, Li Jiahe felt a jolt. I'm starting to remember everything, he thought, a flicker of pain in his eyes. A man sitting on a bench, picking his teeth, seemed to recognize Li Jiahe's silhouette. He nudged his friend. Isn't that the waiter from the Jiahe Inn? No way, he's still alive? I heard he got beaten to a pulp a few days ago. Guess he's still kicking. Look at him strolling around. What a loser. Li Jiahe ignored their whispers, his jaw tightening. He thought, yeah, well, that's what I used to be. Everyone looked down on me just because I was a waiter at a tavern. Damn it. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. He stopped in front of a grand, imposing building. He muttered, this place, the Cherry Blossom Pavilion. Memories, sharp and painful, flooded back. You worthless piece of trash. You dare try to sleep with the prize jewel of our Cherry Blossom Pavilion. Lady Che-hyang? How dare a lowly waiter like you even dream of touching Lady Che-hyang? We'll make sure you never dare to speak such filth again. The guards of the Cherry Blossom Pavilion had beaten him relentlessly. No, I never said that, he had begged, tears streaming down his face. At that moment, Li Jiahe had glanced up, his blurry vision catching Lady Che-hyang's figure in the distance. Lady Che-hyang, why? Why is she looking at me like that? I never said any of those things. His small, frail body had endured the brutal blows of 4 strong men from the pavilion. Eventually, he dragged his bruised, broken body back to the tavern, stumbling through its door. Passers-by had openly gossiped. Did you see that kid who got beaten up earlier today? He got thrashed. But what did I do wrong? Li Jiahe had cried in frustration, utterly heartbroken. Back in the present, Li Jiahe let out a dry, humorless chuckle. Oh, that's right. Even the great Li Jiahe had a past like that. He clenched his fists. But you know what? The timing of my return couldn't be more perfect. Excellent. I'll clear up this misunderstanding soon enough. Just then, a voice, dripping with malice, called out from behind him. Hey, waiter, it sneered. What are you staring at? What's wrong? Planning to burn this whole Cherry Blossom Pavilion down? Huh? You failure. I doubt you've even got the guts to light a match, though. You only know how to cry and cower, don't you? Li Jiahe, our protagonist, simply stared at the man with a puzzled expression. But the man, clearly feeling emboldened, kept right on mocking him. I saw you get beaten half to death a few days ago, you know? Guess you're still doing okay, huh? Honestly, I'm surprised you're not dead yet. But if you got beaten that badly, why not just rot in that tavern of yours? What are you even doing out here? Why aren't you answering me? Did they beat you mute? Huh? What's your name, huh? The provocations just kept coming, didn't they? Then, without warning, the man suddenly exploded, yelling, you son of a bitch, and lunging with a punch. But Li Jiahe was quick. He swiftly dodged the clumsy attack and immediately countered with a powerful blow straight to the man's face. Wham! The guy was instantly knocked backward, tumbling to the ground. Brat, you brat, he whimpered, clutching his jaw. Li Jiahe, unfazed, simply turned and walked away, muttering to himself, why'd he make such a fuss? I just wanted to ask his name. He paused, a thought crossing his mind. Wait, what was his name anyway? Just then, our hero arrived at the Grand Cherry Blossom Pavilion. The guards at the entrance spotted him, and you could hear their muttered curses. Son of a, it's that waiter from a few days ago, another hissed. What the hell are you doing here? Looking for another beating? Li Jiahe, calm as ever, just replied, is that how you welcome your guests around here? The furious guard yelled back, you damn waiter, and rushed to attack. But Li Jiahe, ever the master, skillfully dodged. Then, smack, he slammed his open palms straight into the man's face, throwing him to the ground in an instant. The guard's eyes rolled back, foam bubbled at his mouth, knocked out cold. After taking him down so easily, Li Jiahe lightly dusted off his clothes. Honestly, he mused, such poor customer service. I don't feel any hospitality here at all. And with that, he casually walked right into the Cherry Blossom Pavilion. He gently pushed open the double doors. Inside, it was a lively scene, bustling with noisy patrons eating and drinking. Li Jiahe just stood there, a mysterious smile playing on his lips. Then he suddenly roared, what the hell are you all doing? Get out here and greet your guest. Everyone inside, customers, waiters, everyone, turned to stare in stunned shock. On the grand staircase, a man with white hair appeared, looking down with a keen interest. He saw Li Jiahe standing smugly at the entrance, as if he owned the place. Li Jiahe yelled again, even louder. What the hell are you all doing? Get out here and greet your guest. People started whispering. Hey, isn't that the waiter for Jiahe Inn? It is him. Did he get in the head? So hard he went crazy. Another guard, muscles tensed, started to approach Li Jiahe menacingly. You got a lot of nerve, huh? Do you even know where you are? Li Jiahe, unfazed, replied, isn't it obvious? This is where I've come to drink. You think I'd come here without knowing that? What? The two guards growled in unison, their faces contorted in disbelief at Li Jiahe's sheer confidence. Then, a clear, authoritative voice cut through the commotion from the staircase. It was the white-haired man. He's certainly got some serious guts, he observed, a hint of amusement in his tone. Let him in. Li Jiahe looked toward the voice, thinking, huh, I remember that guy. It was Seong Ti-cha, the owner of the Cherry Blossom Pavilion. Seong Ti-cha, however, wasn't done. He declared, How can our tavern turn away a guest who wants to enjoy a drink? After all, a customer is a customer. Li Jiahe narrowed his eyes slightly at Xiang Ti Cha, then quickly shot a glance at the guard. Did you hear that? He asked. With a hint of sarcasm, Xiang Ti Cha continued. Please, set a large table for Jiahe's errand boy. Who knows when he'll be able to visit again? Serve him well. The staff immediately replied, Yes, master. This way. A waiter gestured, leading our hero to a spacious private room. Guess what the waiter asked next, with a totally condescending attitude? What do you want to drink? Li Jiahe shot back, What? You think I've never been to a fancy place like this before? Bring out your most expensive bottle. The waiter, clearly irritated, sneered, Hey, listen, you talk. Li Jiahe just plopped down into a chair defiantly. What's wrong? Don't you like being looked down on by a mere waiter like me? Oh, I'm sorry, you son of a bitch. How about that? Now, bring me your finest liquor. The waiter's face contorted with pure rage. You could practically see the steam coming out of his ears. He gritted his teeth, glaring at our hero, thinking, Is this dog crazy? If it weren't for Xiang Ti Cha's orders. He managed to stammer, Just a moment, sir. Our hero, meanwhile, was just chilling. Li Jiahe sat there, smiling smugly, looking at the table now filled with fragrant food. He even propped his feet up, enjoying every second. What kind of fine liquor is this? He asked the girl, standing beside him. She replied gently, This is a special liquor from the distant lands of the north. Vodka. Vodka. Jiahe repeated, surprised. That's right, she confirmed. Then Li Jiahe asked, Is Lady Ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ here too? Oh, she wasn't thrilled by that question. The girl replied, My master will be furious. I heard you were beaten up a few days ago because of your involvement with Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜʀ. Jiahe, ever the charmer, just laughed it off. Huh, so even the people of Demon Fall know I got beaten up? Don't worry about such trivial things. The girl just sat there, looking at him helplessly. Then, she could only sigh. I will pass on the message, she said, before leaving our hero alone in the room. Li Jiahe looked at his cup, took a sip, and his face soured. Huh, look at this, he muttered. Trying to fool me. This color and flavor. This isn't even third-rate trash. What a scam. The room was peaceful for a moment. But that peace, it didn't last long. Just a few seconds later, a guard burst in, yelling, Hey, you damn brat. Who the hell do you think you are? Did a dog eat your brain? Li Jiahe looked up calmly. Is it wrong for a humble waiter like me to come to a pavilion to enjoy some fine liquor? He countered. And why do you keep calling me a brat? The guard, clearly not expecting that comeback, was taken aback, his face darkening. What? He sputtered. Li Jiahe put down his cup. If I'm not mistaken, you're Rocco, right? Hey, Rocco, I'll pour you a drink. So come on over. Rocco, clearly furious, snapped. Huh? You punk. What did you eat today that made you so bold? Huh? Hey, Jiahe, what's wrong with you? Did we hit your head too hard last time? Or what? Li Jiahe, completely unfazed, calmly poured a full cup of liquor. Without a word, he gently lifted the cup and offered it to Rocco. Rocco snatched it, a menacing glint in his eye. Huh, just don't even think about trying to dine and dash when you're done here. You hear me? Things will only get worse. Hearing this, Li Jiahe simply said, Hey, Rocco. But Rocco wasn't having it. The man immediately slammed his hand down on the table with a loud thud. You damn bastard. Rocco suddenly flew into a rage, his face contorted. As Rocco's hand lay there, Li Jiahe unexpectedly slammed his own hand down, right on top of Rocco's, using a chopstick. He stared at Rocco with a determined expression, unyielding. Rocco, though, was clearly in agony, his face flushing red, veins bulging. Without missing a beat, Li Jiahe pulled his hand back, still clutching his cup in the other. Rocco, Jiahe said, his voice calm, What's wrong with you, man? I just came here to drink quietly and see Ʀᴇᴜᴜ for a bit. But seriously, why do you guys keep swarming me like dogs fighting over a bone? Just then, as if on cue, Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜ herself unexpectedly opened the door and walked in. Her beautiful face clearly showed her annoyance. She didn't mince words. Rocco, get out. Rocco, cradling his now bloodied hand, slowly got up. Jiahe chimed in. Yeah, that's right. Rocco scram. Rocco didn't hesitate. He quickly scurried out, leaving Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜ alone to face Li Jiahe. The handsome Li Jiahe, a faint smile playing on his lips, looked at her. Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜ, a frown creasing her brow, immediately asked, What are you smiling at? Li Jiahe replied, Oh, nothing really. Why am I smiling? Does a humble waiter, like me, need to control his emotions even in a place like this? Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜ's expression hardened. Do you honestly think this is funny? Or do you imagine my guards and master would just stand by and watch? Look, I came here myself, so there won't be an extra charge for that. But the premium vodka isn't cheap, and neither is the medical bill for the injury you caused Sir Rocco. I'm telling you this for your own good. Pay up and leave now, before you get into any more serious trouble. Li Jiahe didn't answer right away. He just looked at her, thinking, now that I think about it, this is the first time I've seen her this close. Lady Ʀᴇᴜᴜ's face grew stern. And let me make this very clear, she stated. No matter how much gold or treasure you bring, I will never sleep with you. I work in a pavilion, yes, but that absolutely doesn't mean anyone can just get into my bed. I'm not a whore. Only then did Li Jiahe finally put down his cup. Then allow me to be blunt as well, he retorted. I never said I was working my ass off just to sleep with you. I simply said I wanted to hear you sing and play your instrument. You said it yourself, didn't you? You sell your art, not your body. Lady Che looked surprised. Huh, but the rumors say. Jaha quickly cut her off. And honestly, that was just a joke I made at the end. I never actually wanted that, nor did I even have the money for it. Hearing this, Lady Che fell completely silent. So, now finally understanding the whole story, Li Jaha continued. The only reason I sought you out was to clear this up. Now that's done, get out. He repeated, his voice firm. I said get out. Lady Che was stunned. She'd never expected him to be so direct. Had she? But just then, 3 more guards from the pavilion burst through the door. One of them, his face dark, snarled, Jaha, it seems you did come here to die. Let's take this outside. If your filthy blood stains this place, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Li Jaha remained seated, calmly pouring his drink. Then, without looking up, he said, at least let me finish this last cup before I go. What? The guard was taken aback, completely stunned. Jaha then challenged them. What's wrong? You're confident you can send me to my grave whenever you want, aren't you? Right. At that moment, all 3 guards had the same expression, faces red with fury. Then, they burst out laughing. Haha, Lady Che you may leave, one of them scoffed. They sat down, sneering. Well, Sir Jaha, one began, it seems this is your last drink. You better enjoy it, huh? But I'll give you this much. You're a true man. Strutting in here with such pride, even calling for Lady Che. He chuckled darkly. If I'd known he was this bold, I would have hit him harder last time. What a shame. Now I know though, I'll just beat him senseless. Right? This time, the great hero Jaha won't feel it's unfair to be ganged up on, will he? Don't you think so? Of course not. Right, Jaha? He practically spat the last word, trying to provoke him. But Jaha just calmly picked up his drink and asked, want some? The guard narrowed his eyes. Huh. Then, with a growl, he said, all right, you're done. Let's go outside. Get your ass up. Jaha, however, maintained his serene demeanor. He poured himself another glass, his expression unchanged. Then he took a sip, slowly savoring it. The lead guard watched the main character enjoying himself so casually, annoyance growing. He probably thought, to think this piece of crap is supposed to be premium liquor. The lead guard looked visibly annoyed. He frowned, a thought bubbling up. Why is he acting so smug? Did we hit him so hard last time that his brain fell out? Oh, it's all gone, Li Jaha murmured, setting down the empty cup. He looked at them, his eyes piercing. I just have one thing to ask. Do I look like a clown to you guys? The man scoffed in reply. Aren't you a real clown? One idiot. You should have just taken your beating that day. But today, you dragged your sorry ass back here for another round. Jaha didn't answer. Instead, his body began to tremble, and he let out a strange, low laugh. The lead guard demanded angrily, what the hell are you laughing at? Hey, hey, ha ha ha. Jaha's laughter grew, and then, inexplicably, all 3 guards burst into laughter too. Huh, but 2 of the men suddenly sobered up, their smiles vanishing as they pointed their swords at Jaha. Just then, Jaha moved. He kicked the table, sending it flying into the air. Food went scattering everywhere. In one swift motion, he launched another powerful kick, propelling the heavy table directly towards the 3 men. The large table shattered on impact, pinning them instantly to the ground. So, Jaha walks right over, stepping onto that already broken table. He looks down at their bruised, battered faces and asks, my dear brothers, do I still look like a clown to you? Outside, our purple-haired girl is watching all this unfold, her expression tense. Inside, Jaha is absolutely raging, isn't he? What's wrong with me? Huh, am I still a clown? He yells, stamping his foot down with such fury that the table just shatters into a million pieces right beneath him. Our girl outside sees this, and she can't believe her eyes. She's thinking, how is this even possible? But then, Jaha looks right up at her, his eyes absolutely burning with killing intent. He says in this cold, steely voice, hey, old hag, bring this old man that third-rate trash you call vodka. Old hag, she shoots back, clearly annoyed. Excuse me, but our vodka isn't third-rate trash. It's premium liquor. Jaha just shoots back. Do you take me for a fool? I've been trying to restrain myself, from hitting a woman who doesn't even know martial arts. But you should at least think before you speak, old hag. You can see the clear annoyance on the purple-haired girl's face as she just turns and walks away. Jaha watches her go, then his gaze drops back to the floor. The 3 guards from the pavilion are still lying there motionless, their bodies covered in wounds. He sneers, laughing at me, huh? You dead dogs? Why don't you get up and keep running your mouths? Get up and keep laughing at this clown right here. But just then outside who arrives? None other than Seong Ti, with a huge group of reinforcements. He storms in, absolutely radiating killing intent. Seeing this whole mess before him, he bites his lip so tightly. Jaha sees him and says, ah, so you're finally here, huh? Seong Ti, the owner, looks at his 3 beaten subordinates, and he just stays silent for a moment. Then he glances at the pile of broken dishes scattered all over the floor, and those 3 heavily bruised faces right beside them. Seong Ti curses, Jaha, are you insane? It looks like you're going to have to leave your life behind here today. Jaha asks, his expression chilling, I'm going to die. Seong Ti replies, that's right. Now, these two stand face to face. Jaha doesn't say much, he just smiles faintly, which makes Xiangti think he's still smiling. Then, unable to hold back another second, Xiangti lunges forward to attack first. Xiangti aims a swift chop at Jaha's neck, but Jaha dodges it so skillfully. Then, Jaha, now holding a wine bottle, charges forward, causing Xiangti to just freeze for a moment. Smash! That wine bottle shatters directly over Xiangti's head. The subordinates, standing outside, quickly cover their faces to avoid the flying shards of glass. The fragments clatter to the floor, a chilling sound. The subordinates are horrified. They see Xiangti's head, bleeding profusely. "Master," they gasp. Jaha glares at them, a sharp, dangerous look in his eyes. Then he asks loudly, his voice echoing, "Anyone else want to offer up their life?" Looking into Jaha's bloodshot eyes, absolutely filled with killing intent, the subordinates completely lose all courage to charge forward. They're frozen. Xiangti clutched his bloody head, a guttural growl escaping him. "Jaha," he snarls, "are you really tired of living?" He slowly reaches for his sword. Jaha warns him, his voice dangerously calm. "Xiangti, think carefully. Draw that sword, and you will surely die." A cold twinge of fear hits Xiangti. He realizes Jaha isn't joking. He can't help but wonder, what on earth happened to this guy in just a few short days? Jaha cuts him off. "You're the sharpest guy in Iliang, aren't you? Can't you see what's going on here?" He presses on. "Do you honestly think those guys ended up flattened under that pile of dishes just by bad luck? And do you really believe I just got lucky hitting her like that?" Xiangti closes his eyes, deep in thought. Jaha's voice, a steady threat, continues. "If you don't want to die, you'll think carefully before you act, or else. Just draw your sword and accept your death." Slowly, Xiangti opens his eyes. An intense internal struggle rages within him. He knows Jaha isn't kidding. He can even keep up with his movements. A cold sweat breaks out on Xiangti's skin as he locks eyes with Jaha. He shouts, "Everyone wait for me outside." "Yes, sir," his subordinates reply. With just the two of them left in the room, Xiangti slowly sheathes his sword. He turns to Jaha. "So, Jaha, what exactly are you planning here? It doesn't look like you're just going to leave after you're done drinking, does it? Do you want my master to kneel and apologize to you?" Jaha smirks. "Ah, that actually sounds pretty good," he says. "But if I do want him to apologize, will that guy, Rocco, even show up?" Xiangti doesn't miss a beat. "All right," he concedes. "I will invite the master over." Suddenly, Jaha asks, "What happened to your right eye?" Xiangti wipes away the blood, a grimace on his face. "Fortunately," he replies, "it seems I haven't completely lost my sight." Jaha shoots back, a hint of malice in his tone. "Really? Because I thought I was a goner when your men were beating me up." Xiangti is left speechless for a moment. He quickly recovers, ordering a subordinate, "Prepare another room for me." "Yes, sir," comes the immediate reply. Then, he proposes to our hero, Jaha, "If you're not planning to kill those men over there, could you allow us to take them for treatment? It's really not good for people from the same town to kill each other, is it?" Jaha just looks at him, silent, offering no response. Xiangti grows even more confused. He's thinking, how can this guy be so calm after causing all this chaos? Finally, Jaha simply says, "All right." Immediately, the subordinates rush in to carry away the three beaten men lying on the floor. The scene shifts. Now, we see Xiangti and Jaha sitting face to face. Xiangti, still tending to his wound, asks, what is this chaos? It makes no sense at all. Did you have some kind of fateful encounter or something?" Jaha just stares at the small wine bottle on the table, a contemplative expression fixed on his face, not answering a word. Xiangti, trying to break the heavy atmosphere, continues, "Here, let me pour you a cup of this premium imported vodka. It's absolutely delicious." As he speaks, he quickly pours the wine. Suddenly, Jaha hit him with a question that made him freeze for a few seconds. "This was supposed to be vodka from the very beginning, wasn't it?" He pressed on. "At first, you brought me third-rate trash and tried to pass it off as vodka." Hearing he'd been exposed, Xiangti froze. He quickly stammered, trying to explain away his blunder. They must have accidentally brought you the third-rate stuff. You know, it's a business after all. We have to prioritize profits." Jaha cut him off, his voice firm. "Stop your nonsense. Drink first." Xiangti quickly replied. Checking for poison, are we? All right, I'll drink first." With that, he quickly gulped down a freshly poured cup of liquor. Jaha watched him, a thoughtful expression on his face. Xiangti let out a long sigh, a sound of sheer relief. He then started asking questions again, curiosity bubbling. "Were you always this skilled in martial arts? I've never seen you show it off before." Jaha picked up his cup, took a sip. "I held back," he replied calmly, "because my father forbade me from using it." Xiangti smiled on the outside, but inwardly he scoffed. "Nonsense," he thought. Changing tack, Xiangti said, "Anyway, let me truly apologize for our previous actions. My subordinates, they were basically insulting you. I understand why you did what you did." Jaha raised his cup, his brow furrowed. "Thank you for your understanding, you brat," he retorted, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "The way you're apologizing to me, it's actually starting to piss me off. Xiangti's face went pale with tension. He practically jumped as Jaha suddenly yelled, "Do I need to break a few more of your ribs to set you straight? Is that what it's going to take?" Hearing this, Xiangti immediately dropped to his knees in fear, bowing repeatedly. "I am truly sorry," he pleaded. "This is the first time I've ever kneeled and apologized to someone. Truly, I'm so sorry." Just then, Lady Chaihyang suddenly appeared, her voice hesitant. "Brother Xiangti?" Xiangti whipped around. Chaihyang thought in confusion. What is this? Why is brother so terrified he's kneeling and bowing before a mere waiter? He even got himself injured this badly. Could it be? Has brother Xiangti also lost him? But Jaha suddenly called out, "Ah, you're here, Chaihyang." Xiangti immediately understood and quickly called out to her, "Chaihyang, what are you waiting for? Get over here." Flustered, Chaihyang obeyed and entered the room. Xiangti growled at her. "Are you deaf? Who said that was for me? Put it over there." A little scared, Lady Chaihyang carried the wine bottle over and sat down next to Jaha. Then, she quickly poured him a drink. Jaha glanced at her. "Chaihyang," he said softly. "Yes," she replied, a little surprised. Jaha took the cup, then asked thoughtfully, "Did you know, Chaihyang? Even a humble waiter yearns for love." Lady Chaihyang was quite surprised to hear those words, her face flushing with a blush. But Jaha glanced back at her and then delivered a sentence like a splash of cold water. "That love will never be for you. So get lost. You're ruining the mood." Lady Chaihyang froze, still holding the wine bottle, utterly stunned. No one had ever treated her like this before. Seeing her frozen, Xiangti quickly yelled, "What are you waiting for? Get out." Lady Chaihyang bowed her head to Jaha. Then, without a single word, she stood up and walked straight out the door. Poof! Just like that, she was gone. Xiangti watched her go, muttering to himself, "Wow, just hearing that, it must have really hurt her feelings." Jaha, however, wasn't done yet. He turned back to Xiangti, his voice sharp. "Xiangti," he began. "Yes." Xiangti replied instantly. "From now on, you'll watch your manners around me," Jaha commanded. "And frankly, I can't stand looking at that torn-up eye of yours. It's making me uncomfortable." Xiangti was absolutely furious, but what could he do? He forced a smile. "As you wish, sir. I'll certainly keep that in mind." Jaha just growled in response. Xiangti, his face tense, stared back. Jaha frowned slightly, and if you can believe it, Xiangti became even more flustered. Then, Jaha's expression softened just a touch. "You know," he mused, "you sound quite nice when you're being polite." Xiangti, probably still reeling, managed to stammer, "Thank you." With steaming cups of wine now on the table, Jaha got right to the point. "So, when's your master arriving?" Xiangti, ever obedient, quickly responded, "Well, if he's currently entertaining the master from the Black Hat Guild at the Pear Blossom Pavilion, it'll be incredibly difficult for him to come here immediately." "The Black Hat Guild, huh?" Jaha scoffed. "Those soulless bastards." As Xiangti continued pouring the wine, he confirmed, "Yes, only with the Black Hat Guild's approval can a new sect be established in Demonfall Town. That's why the master's been trying so hard to win their favor." But after what happened today, he trailed off. Jaha sipped his wine, a thoughtful look on his face. "So, even if I manage to overpower Mr. Zhou," he mused, "I'll still have to go up against the Black Hat Guild too?" "Essentially, yes," Xiangti replied, a hint of resignation in his voice. Suddenly, Jaha slammed his cup down on the table. His voice was laced with irritation. "So, what exactly do you want me to do here? You think I'm just going to finish this little bit of wine and then walk away? You actually think that's the end of it, do you?" Xiangti quickly lowered his head. "Of course not, sir. But if that's the case, what will you do?" Jaha leaned back, a smirk playing on his lips. "What if your master and all of his subordinates pledge their allegiance to me? Then the Black Hat Guild won't be able to interfere anymore, will they?" Xiangti's eyes widened. Do you really think they'll agree to that?" Jaha simply smiled. "Of course. After all, I should establish a sect in Demonfall Town anyway. You people had better just become my subordinates." "Excuse me," Xiangti retorted, his voice tense. But Li Jaha continued, completely unfazed. "Look, I've laid out the opportunity. The rest, well, that depends entirely on your decision. If you truly think the Black Hat Guild can defeat me, then you and your master are welcome to fight alongside them. But if you don't think so, then join my side." Xiangti narrowed his eyes, a whirlwind of thoughts in his head. What on earth made him change so much, he pondered. How can a mere waiter talk so casually about establishing a sect? He was truly bewildered. Suddenly, Jaha slammed his cup down on the table again, making Xiangti practically jump out of his skin. Jaha glanced over, and Xiangti, completely rattled, nervously asked, Are you leaving? Why not stay a little longer?" Jaha paused, turning back fully. "Huh? You think I'm running away?" "Yes," Xiangti replied, his face deadly serious. Jaha, peering at him from the corner of his eye, finally asked, "Are you really itching for a beating, Xiangti?" Xiangti, wisely, fell silent for a moment. "No, sir," he replied, standing up and bowing his head respectfully. "Please, return safely. I'll only bill you for the wine you drank tonight. Now, go and do what you must." And just like that, Our hero stepped out into the bustling hallway. Outside, a whole crowd of subordinates had gathered, completely surrounding him. But Jaha, he just smirked. Then, with a commanding voice, he bellowed, "Make way for me, you lowlives." You could see the anger practically radiating from their faces. Couldn't you? But Jaha, he just moved forward, utterly satisfied with himself. As he descended the stairs, a furious shout echoed. "Where is he? Where's that damn waiter? How dare he touch me with his filthy hands? I'll kill him." Yep, it was Rocco, absolutely enraged. Jaha, now standing right behind him, coolly spoke up. "Hey, doorman," he said, "you're awake." Rocco, with that bright red nose of his, charged forward, yelling, "Hey, you son of a..." But whack. A single flick of Jaha's hand sent one of Rocco's front teeth flying, literally. His entire body was thrown to the ground with a resounding thud. The ground actually shook from the impact. The other subordinates? They were completely stunned by the sight. Jaha just turned to them, completely unfazed, and quipped, "You really should have explained the situation to him. Look, he's out cold again. Then again, what can I expect from a bunch of morons like you?" After saying that, Jaha proudly strode out. As he walked, he even waved, calling out, "This humble waiter had a great time tonight." He left behind a literal trail of fury among all the guards of the Cherry Blossom Pavilion. But Jaha, he felt utterly satisfied, knowing he'd finally settled an old score. Now let's switch gears, shall we? Our protagonist, Jaha, strides through the bustling streets of Demon Fall. As he walks, something catches his eye. It's the sign for the Dragon's Head Forge. Jaha frowns thoughtfully. To fight against the Black Cat Guild, he muses, "I first need a proper weapon." Inside, burly blacksmiths are intensely focused, sparks flying as they forge weapons. This is the Dragon's Head Forge, remember? Suddenly, a man named Deputy Wade spots Jaha. "Hey, waiter from the Cherry Blossom Pavilion." Wade calls out, "Are you finally here to pay your debt?" Jaha simply replied, "Actually, I'm here to buy something." Wade approached him, a skeptical look on his face. "So," he asked, almost teasingly, "are you buying a sickle or maybe a kitchen knife, kid?" Jaha, looking him dead in the eye, answered seriously, "I'm going to fight the Cho family, so I'm looking for a pair of weapons." Hearing this, Wade just couldn't believe it. "Come on, little waiter," he scoffed. "I heard you got beat up like a dog a few days ago. Don't let a moment of anger cloud your judgment and get yourself killed." "Okay." Jaha, however, replied with an icy gaze that made Wade flinch. "Shut up," he commanded, "and just show me the weapons. I think I'll need something like a long sword, a whip, or even a sharp dagger." Wade's jaw almost dropped. "You plan to use all of those?" he managed to stammer. Jaha just shrugged. "It's just my preference," he said, a hint of steel in his voice. "So why not respect it a little?" Wade turned to the other smiths, giving them a command. "Bring out the Black Dragon Sword, the White Dragon Whip, and the Cloud Dragon Dagger for me." "Understood," they quickly replied. He then pivoted back to Jaha, still caught up on something else entirely. "Whatever you say, I still really miss that chicken stew your grandfather used to make, you know?" Wade paused, a slight sigh. "Seriously, how did yours end up tasting so bad? I tried it once, and honestly, it was horrifying." Jaha, clearly impatient, shot back. "Now is really not the time to talk about chicken stew." Wade snapped, "Oh, then what else can I talk about? Should I tell you the legend of the unification of Murim instead?" Jaha's annoyance was plain to see. He started to frown. Wade, undeterred, just stared right back at him. Just then, the smiths reappeared, carrying the gleaming weapons. "We brought them," they announced. "Kid, take a look." Jaha didn't even hesitate. "I'll buy them all," he declared. "I'm in a hurry, you know." Wade, surprised, pressed him. "All of them? Then you'll need to give me 90 yong." Jaha's eyes widened. 90 yong, he exclaimed, clearly shocked. Wade shrugged. "Hey, I'm already giving you a big discount, because we're from the same town." Jaha crossed his arms, a serious expression on his face. "How about this?" he proposed. "I'll give you 50 yong, and you let me rent them. I promise. I'll return them once I'm done." Hearing this, Wade flared up instantly. "Huh, you want to borrow them?" he scoffed. "That's no different from stealing in broad daylight." Just then, a booming voice cut through the commotion from behind them. "What's all this noise about?" Wade immediately spun around. It was the dragon's head himself, the master blacksmith, Kong Chun. Wade and the other smiths quickly bowed their heads in respect. Wade began to explain, "Master, this kid here, he plans to fight the 3 Cho brothers, and he wants to rent these 3 weapons for 50 yong." Kong Chun's gaze shifted to Jaha. "You're the grandson from the Jaha Inn, aren't you?" Jaha replied, "Master Kong, it's been a while." Kong Chun chuckled softly. "It certainly has, hasn't it? I used to love your grandfather's chicken stew." "Ah, but now, that recipe is lost time." Wade chimed in. "Master, I already told him that." Kong Chun nodded. "Ah, is that so?" He turned back to Jaha, his expression serious. "Are you planning to start a fight with them? If they're causing you trouble, I'll stop them for you. And if they still don't listen to me, just come here, and I'll protect you. After all, I was a close friend of your grandfather. There's no need to make a mountain out of a molehill, is there?" Jaha remained silent, his mind racing. Was he always like this? He wondered. "I remember in my past life, he wasn't the type to say such things. Has the future been altered because I've changed things?" After a moment, Jaha finally replied, "I appreciate your willingness to help, Master Kong, but I want to handle this my own way." Kong Chun raised an eyebrow. Why? What exactly are you planning to do? Jaha looked directly at him. How about I gather a team of all the blacksmiths in this area, and we establish the Iron Dragon sect? Kong Chun's eyes widened. Establish a sect? What in the world are you talking about? Jaha explained. If the Cho brothers establish a sect in this town, they'll just collect even more taxes from all of you. That's why I'm planning to form a union right here in Demon Fall, and ensure the Black Cat Guild can't interfere with us. Kong Chun, stroking his beard thoughtfully, finally spoke. So this union of sects, tell me, Jaha, how exactly would it work? Jaha replied with confidence. Exactly. Picture this. The brothel will belong to the Longevity sect. Our blacksmiths? They'll form the Iron Dragon sect. And the architects? They'll be the Hammer and Sickle sect. We'll gather all the remaining professions, every single one, to create a variety of strong factions within this grand alliance. A hush fell over everyone. Jaha, sensing their hesitation, pressed on. The best part? We won't have to pay any additional fees, not a single one. And I don't want any sect to be superior to others. My goal, truly, is to ensure that not a single coin of yours is ever lost. Kong Chun stroked his beard again, a glimmer in his eye. Although it sounds a bit absurd on the surface, it actually sounds quite good, he mused. What will this union be called, Jaha? Jaha's eyes gleamed. It's a place for the lowly among us, the dirty ones at the bottom of society. It will be called the Lower Sect. Kong Chun thought silently. Lower Sect? A faint smile of amusement touched his lips. Ah, it's interesting, he said aloud, to watch an ordinary waiter try to build a union. But tell me, Jaha, are you confident you can handle those Cho brothers? You'll see, Jaha replied, his gaze unwavering. Hearing this, Kong Chun slammed his hand down. Wade, he ordered. Give the kid the weapons. For free. Wade gasped, completely stunned. Master, we're not even lending them. We're giving them. Kong Chun just waved a dismissive hand. We'll continue our discussion, boy, if you come back alive. Deal, Jaha affirmed, a knowing smirk playing on his lips. The scene shifts. Back at the Jaha Inn, the wind held a mournful tune in the quiet dead of night. Jaha sat in contemplation, deep in thought, as if cultivating, but something was amiss. Thump, thump, thump. The chilling sound of shovels digging into the earth echoed from the courtyard. Suddenly, a voice cut through the silence. You're back. In the courtyard of the Jaha Inn, amidst the freshly turned earth, stood Cho Ijial, the second of the notorious Cho brothers. He turned, a cruel smile on his face. I was just about to finish digging this grave, Jaha, and then come get you. Thunk! A sharp knife was slammed into the table between them. Cho Ijial's face contorted in rage. Sit down, you damn little waiter, he roared. Jaha's expression was stern, his gaze fixed straight ahead without a hint of fear. The two men now sat face to face, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. Cho Ijial leaned forward, his voice dripping with malice. Today is a great day for my brothers and me, you know? We've officially received the Black Cat Guild's approval to establish our very own sect in Demonfall. Jaha listened in silence, his eyes fixed on the man opposite him. And yet, Cho Ijial continued, his voice rising, a scum waiter who can't even cook a decent bowl of chicken pho like you goes and causes trouble at our pavilion. Tell me, how should I deal with you? Before we finish digging your grave, give me 3 good reasons why we should spare your worthless life. Cho Ijial roared, but Jaha just let out a soft chuckle. This only seemed to make Cho Ijial even more furious. You're laughing? He shrieked. Jaha simply tilted his head. Should I be crying instead? You insolent brat! Cho Ijial yelled, lunging across the table to grab the knife. But he froze, his hand awkwardly suspended in midair. The knife, it had vanished. Jaha, always one step ahead, now held the sharp blade firmly in his own grasp. His eyes, cold and unwavering, promised a reckoning. Cho Ijial frowned, stunned. Suddenly, Jaha plunged the sharp knife straight through his hand. Ouch, right? Jaha growled, each word aimed at the stunned Cho Ijial. Then let me tell you this. I don't mind letting you live. I just need one reason. Cho Ijial broke into a sweat, his mind racing. So this is what they meant, he must have thought, about a mere waiter wreaking havoc in the pavilion. This is it. Just then, one of his subordinates spoke up. Master, the grave is almost finished. Cho Ijial, still reeling, managed to say, dig it a little deeper. As you wish, the subordinate replied. Trying to regain his composure, Cho Ijial then looked at Jaha. You must have had some kind of fateful encounter. Congratulations, he said, feigning calm. But before Jaha could react, Cho Ijial used his other hand to try and attack our hero. But swoosh! A bright flash, quick as lightning. Cho Ijial was stunned. Blood spurted out. Jaha was now holding that hand too, and twisted the knife even deeper into Cho Ijial's already wounded hand. The man screamed in agony. He knelt down, trembling, defeated. Jaha leaned in close. Who did you say that grave was for? He asked, his voice chilling. Cho Ijial gasped, stammering, I was just trying to scare you. Nonsense, Jaha scoffed. He then pulled the sharp knife out of Cho Ijial's hand. Talk about adding insult to injury. All right, Jaha continued. Give me a reason why I should let you live. Cho Ijial just stared at the gaping wound on his hand, eyes wide with shock. He couldn't even think of a response, could he? Jaha smirked. You can't even think of one, can you? That's what I thought. Do you really believe there's any reason for me to let a bastard like you live? Not only did you engage in smuggling, but you also ruthlessly murdered anyone who got in your way. And guess what? Even some of my acquaintances were among those you killed. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀᴜ, still defiant, yelled, Go ahead and kill me. My brothers and the Black Cat Guild will never let you go. But thud. He shuddered, fell silent, and slowly looked down. Wait, when had the knife pierced straight through his chest. Jaha, still in knife-throwing pose, clarified, I told you to give me a reason to let you live, not to threaten me. Slam! ʀᴇᴛᴜʀᴜ collapsed onto the table, lifeless, without another word. Jaha stared at ʀᴇᴛᴜʀᴜ in silence for a moment. Then, he glanced over at the subordinates, who were still diligently digging. He mused. These idiots are still working so hard. Hey, that's enough. Jaha's words finally caught their attention. The three of them froze, stunned. Jaha pointed at ʀᴇᴛᴜʀᴜ, who was now lying in a pool of blood. Why so surprised? He asked with a chilling smile. He was just playing with a knife and accidentally died. The three men looked at each other in utter fear. One of them finally managed to ask nervously, Who? Who are you, really? Jaha replied, his voice dripping with sarcasm. What nonsense are you talking about? Of course, I'm just a humble waiter at the Jaha Inn. The men hesitantly muttered, Yeah, we believe you. Jaha's eyes narrowed. Believe me? My ass. No more questions. Take off your masks now. I want to see if I know any of you. Jaha said, slowly standing up. The three of them, terrified, obeyed and removed their masks. Jaha asked them, I've never seen you in Demon Fall. Are you from the Black Cat Guild? No, my lord, one quickly replied. We're just passing wanderers, working at the Pear Blossom Pavilion. Oh, is that so? Jaha's gaze turned icy. He then laid out their options. All right, here's your choice. Either all three of you die together right now, or you leave just one behind to play a little game with me, and the other two can go home. One of them practically tripped over his words. I'll immediately return to my hometown and live in seclusion. I swear, if you just let me live. The other two quickly chimed in, practically begging. Although I can't go back to herding cows in my hometown due to personal circumstances, one confessed, if you let me go, I'll never set foot in places like the Pear Blossom Pavilion again. The third added, yeah, if he lives, I'll do the exact same thing. Jaha simply waved a dismissive hand. Then take care of this guy and disappear. But wait, one of them suddenly didn't disappear. He stayed behind, kneeling nervously. Sir, do you need any help in the kitchen? He stammered, his voice trembling. If I lose my job at the Pear Blossom Pavilion, I'll starve to death. Jaha raised an eyebrow. Are you a good cook? What about chicken pho? Of course, sir, the man replied excitedly. Isn't that the simplest dish? Even a child could make it. But I'm confident I can cook the best chicken pho. Jaha just stared at him. Anyway, I've spared your life, he finally said. So from now on, you'll need to figure out how to live on your own. The man bowed his head deeply. Yes, I know. This humble servant understands. Please, rest well, my lord. Jaha stepped inside the house. After closing the door, he glanced to the side. So, what exactly are you doing there? He asked quietly. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ just stood there, smiling. You actually killed ʀᴇᴜnᴜʀᴜ. Jaha simply scoffed. Did you really think he was going to kill me? Anyway, I heard your eyes fine. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ folded his fan, chuckling. Just part of my plan, you see. I reported that I was injured, then slipped away while the medics weren't looking. If I hadn't done that, I'd probably have a spot in that grave too. You understand, right? I'm very useful and quick-witted. Jaha just sighed. Yeah, good job. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ continued. I'm grateful to you truly. To continue living, I had no other choice. Anyway, how do you plan to deal with the other two Cho brothers? Jaha was silent for a few seconds, contemplating. Then he replied, I will kill them. If I let them live, the people of Demon Fall will suffer even more. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ nodded. Understand. ʀᴇᴜnᴜ is the most cruel and dangerous man in this town. You know? You'll need to be extremely careful when you take him down. Jaha, however, seemed to change the subject abruptly. Hey, Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ, buy me some dried squid. I have wine, but I forgot to buy snacks. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ was utterly bewildered. What? Right now? I was in the middle of talking about ʀᴇᴜnᴜ. Our hero just stared at him in silence. Ʀᴇᴜnᴜ, clearly unnerved, asked nervously, This inn doesn't even have snacks? Nope, Jaha replied. Ʀᴜnᴜ sighed dramatically. Huh, what a great inn. Fine, I'll go buy some. But give me some money first. Jaha shook his head. I don't have any either. Ʀᴜnᴜ looked helpless. This place used to be famous for its amazing chicken, you know? How did it become so dilapidated? Jaha just shrugged. Who knows? Just go buy a lot of snacks. If you like, you can pick up some of your favorites too. That way, if there are leftovers, we can eat them tomorrow. All right, Ʀᴜnᴜ mumbled. Then Jaha called out, Ʀᴜnᴜ, what's wrong? Ʀᴜnᴜ asked, turning back. Jaha frowned. Are you taking a stroll? Pick up the pace. Ʀᴜnᴜ froze. He thought to himself, holy crap, for real? Damn it. I can't believe I'm being ordered around by a waiter. Jaha continued to urge him on, making Ʀᴜnᴜ tremble with anger. I'm talking to you. Are you just taking a stroll? Ʀᴜnᴜ had no choice but to run off, cursing under his breath as he went. Yeah, you son of a bitch. Soon enough, The table was filled with delicious-looking dishes. Xiangti picked up a piece of meat, eating it with relish. Jaha watched him thoughtfully. "Eat up," Jaha said, a slight smirk on his face. "It's food bought with your precious money, after all." Xiangti scoffed. "Oh, don't worry, I'm still eating very heartily." "Good," Jaha replied, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "After all, you bought this with money you earned exploiting young women and selling bottom-shelf wine as your best booze. You should eat your fill." Hearing Jaha's sharp jab, Xiangti's hand started to tremble, unable to pick up his food. Jaha looked straight at him. The manager of the Plum Blossom Pavilion. Can't eat anymore." At that, Xiangti broke out in a sweat. He immediately put his chopsticks down, picked up his wine glass, and drained it. He let out a long sigh. Jaha continued to needle him. "What's wrong? Are you mad?" Xiangti replied, "Yes, I'm furious. The snacks are so bad, I can't eat them." Jaha looked at him silently. Then, Xiangti spoke with his head down. "Not only that, ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ is dead. If ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ also dies, the Black Hat Guild definitely won't let this go." Jaha replied, "If you're so worried, then you should be focusing on your martial arts training. Whining like this isn't going to solve anything. You're going to get depression." Xiangti was so annoyed he exploded. "What will you do about that? What will you do about this? Stop with that bullshit. Damn it, who the hell are you? You're clearly not Jaha. You're clearly an imposter." Jaha asked with a stern face, "Do you have a death wish? If you die, will you stop being so nosy?" Xiangti fell completely silent. He looked at Jaha, then asked, "Do you guarantee you can kill all the Black Hat Guild's lackeys?" Jaha looked at him, then picked up his wine glass. "All right, I know. I'm going to finish my drink, and then I'll go kill ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ. Ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, the youngest brother, is usually out of the house, so I don't know where he is. I'll go after ʀᴇᴛᴜ first." Xiangti was stunned. "What? How can you say that so casually?" Jaha replied, "I have to get rid of him anyway, right? Isn't it better to do it quickly? The problem is ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ. I don't know where he is right now." "ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ should be returning soon," Xiangti said. "Is that so? When he returns, you take care of him," Jaha says. Xiangti puffs out his chest. "I am Xiangti. My abilities are more than enough to handle that brat." "Really?" Jaha asks, a hint of doubt in his voice. Xiangti's confidence wavers just a bit. "Well, Mai is injured, so it might be a bit difficult." Our hero snaps, growing impatient. "Just say it straight. Can you handle him or not? Compared to giving him a chance to counterattack, I'm much more interested in ambushing him," Xiangti declares confidently. Have you never heard of Xiangti's legendary surprise attack theory? Jaha just waves him off. "Cut the crap. If we can handle the 3 Cho brothers, can you manage the 3 pavilions?" Xiangti starts again. "I am Xiangti." "Yes, I know. You pig-faced bastard, you're Xiangti." Jaha cuts him off. "Since there are still many people making a living at the pavilions, we can't just shut them down. Pay the hardworking people fairly. Don't you dare cheat them by selling third-rate stuff at first-rate prices anymore. Also, take care of the sick and let those who want to go home do so." Jaha instructs firmly. Xiangti replies gloomily, "That's a bit difficult." "Difficult or not, you have to do it." "What?" Xiangti asks, confused. Our hero explains, "Because, frankly, that would be easier than you, Xiangti, being ambushed by me, wouldn't it? Run the business properly. I've entrusted the pavilions to you, and if they're still as chaotic as before, I'll send you to join those Cho brothers of yours." Hearing this, tension immediately appears on Xiangti's face. He then snaps, "Oh my god, this is so frustrating. Every little thing, and I get threatened with death. I might as well just go live as a hermit on a mountain." "Go ahead," Jaha says, supporting the idea with a shrug. "You know, if you took care of this, I was going to let you run all 3 brothels, but I guess I'll find someone else." Hearing that, Xiangti immediately backtracks. "I am Xiangti. I'm too young to retire." Jaha sighs helplessly. He then downs his cup in one go, suddenly standing up and startling Xiangti. Seeing Jaha begin to take off his shirt, Xiangti yells, "We're not done drinking. Why are you suddenly stripping?" "I'm going to wear your clothes," Jaha replies simply. "Huh? What? Take off your clothes now," our hero urges. Xiangti grumbles but still complies. "Damn it, what a robber." They swap clothes. Xiangti then says, "So about ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, wear my clothes and go kill that bastard, ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ. By the way, you're pretty resourceful, you know? If you walked into the Pear Blossom Pavilion wearing your usual shabby clothes, you'd attract a lot of unwanted attention. So, changing clothes? It's a good idea." Actually, Xiangti mumbles, "You probably couldn't even get in wearing that. You'd likely just get kicked out of the gate." Jaha just silently glanced at him, and just a few minutes later, the clothes swap was complete. Jaha tied his hair up neatly, then turned to Xiangti. "How do I look?" he asked. Xiangti chuckled, clearly impressed. "Do you even have to ask?" he praised. "You look absolutely awesome. I mean, you may be an errand boy, but you certainly don't look like one at all. You're actually quite handsome. The other errand boy, Jaha, and only looked like a beggar because, well, he was dressed like one. Honestly, a man like you shouldn't go around dressed like a bum all the time, right?" Smack. Jaha gave Xiangti a hard smack on the head. "That's enough," Jaha declared. Xiangti quickly replied, "Yes, sir." Jaha snapped. "The moment I get friendly with you, you just go right back to your old, insolent ways, don't you?" Looks like I need to give you another beating to teach you some manners. Poor Seong-ti fell silent, not daring to argue further. Wait for my return, Jaha instructed. As Jaha started to leave, Seong-ti stepped forward, bowing politely. You look very handsome, sir, he said. Jaha strode forward, his figure quickly disappearing into the distance. Slowly, Seong-ti dared to look up. And what did he do? He cursed under his breath. May bad luck befall you, you damn Jaha. Okay, scene change. Our hero, Jaha, now arrives at this huge, magnificent building. The gate guards immediately greeted him politely. Welcome, esteemed guest. Jaha cut right to the chase. Is Pavilion Master ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ inside? He asked. One guard replied. You're here to see the Pavilion Master? May I ask where you're from, sir? Jaha, ever the impatient one, stated, I am from the Black Cat Guild. Take me to see ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ immediately. The guard, clearly puzzled, responded. The Black Cat Guild? Sir, you look unfamiliar. Slap. Jaha suddenly slapped him hard. Why all the questions? He snapped. Shut up and lead the way. Yes, my apologies, sir, the guard stammered. The massive gates slowly creaked open. This way, sir, the guard said, now very politely. Jaha quickly followed behind him, didn't he? And let me tell you, this pavilion was truly grand and magnificent. By now, Jaha had already reached the second-floor staircase. Arriving at a room, the guard turned to him. Please wait a moment, sir, he said. I will go and inform the Pavilion Master. Jaha stepped forward, and what did he do? Without a moment's hesitation, he just sat down in a chair to wait. As he looked around the room, Jaha thought, man, this place is so sparkly. He mused further. So, to establish a sect, you really have to go through the Black Cat Guild. Huh? Just a moment later, a door creaked open. In walked ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, dressed in green, with a full, serious beard and an equally serious expression. He bowed his head, saying, It is an honor to meet you for the first time. But in his mind, he was fuming. A snot-nosed brat who hasn't even grown up yet dares to come here this late, without any prior notice. And he even dares to sit in my princely chair. What's more, he doesn't even bother to stand up when he sees me. Trying to keep his composure, ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ asked Jaha, with a hint of annoyance, May I ask what your role is in the Black Cat Guild? Jaha, ever so cool, just looked at him, completely unfazed. He asked, Who told you I was from the Black Hat Guild? ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, clearly confused, sputtered. Well, that's what I was told. Jaha then gave a slight, unsettling smile. You really don't know me? Are you sure this is the first time we've met? ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ stared, the gears slowly turning in his head. Then it clicked. You're that damn innkeeper, Jaha, he yelled. That's right, Jaha confirmed, still smiling. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ absolutely exploded in rage. You're insane. How dare you? How are you still alive? Didn't my brother already kill you? Jaha, calm as ever, just shrugged. Your brother? Oh, him. Yeah, I beat him to pulp. That's why I'm standing here, isn't it? This answer left ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ utterly, completely stunned. My little brother, he stammered, disbelief written all over his face. My little brother, defeated by you, an innkeeper, he shrieked. Jaha chuckled. Yeah, he just showed up at my inn, started snooping around, so I sent him on his way. You bastard. Stop with your crazy talk. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ roared, absolutely furious. He lunged forward, charging Jaha head-on. But Jaha, he just watched him, completely calm, unmoving. The moment ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ got right up his face, Jaha simply reached out and touched his palm. Instantly, a brilliant, blinding light erupted around ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ's entire body. He was sent flying backward, slamming into the ground with a sickening thud. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, dazed, frowned as he looked up at our hero. He stared at his own trembling hand. No way. He blocked my attack, he thought, bewildered. Only then did Jaha slowly, deliberately stand up. Well, what do you know? He mused. As expected of a #1 thug in Iliang County. You're quite brutish, aren't you? How is this possible? ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ thought, a storm brewing in his mind. Not long ago, he was just a cheap innkeeper. Jaha, seeing his hesitation, simply smiled. What, not going to attack again? In that case, he declared, it's my turn. And with that, he lunged forward. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ instinctively looked up, barely having time to raise his hands in defense. Jaha flew forward, attacking with just one hand. Boom! His technique was like a powerful tornado, blasting straight through the very door behind ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ. Our villain was sent flying, a mangled mess of debris and pain. He slammed into a cracked wall, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Ugh! He groaned, collapsing. He looked at Jaha, who stood imposingly before him, majestic amidst the rubble. Damn him! He cursed internally. Jaha, meanwhile, simply pulled his hand back, observing it as if it were nothing. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ coughed up another mouthful of blood, kneeling on the ground, struggling, unable to catch his breath. How? How do you know martial arts? He wheezed, utterly defeated. Jaha just looked at him silently, offering no answer. Then, without warning, he suddenly grabbed ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ by the neck and lifted him clean off the ground. Huh? Wah! ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ gasped, dangling. A dog like you is allowed to know martial arts, Jaha snarled. But an innkeeper like me isn't. His hand squeezed ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ's neck so tightly that veins bulged, dark and prominent. You are a savage, Jaha declared, his voice low and dangerous. Not only your brothers, but you have ruthlessly killed countless innocent people. Savage. Absolutely savage, he growled, his eyes glowing a terrifying red as he glared straight into ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ's dying gaze. Wait. ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ begged, his eyes rolling back, fading fast. But it was too late. Jaha slammed him hard onto the floor, and blood spurted out. The impact was so unbelievably strong that the entire pavilion shook violently. Outside, guards and patrons alike looked at the shaking building, all of them utterly bewildered, wondering what on earth just happened inside. So, by the time they arrived, ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ was already dead, eyes wide open. It was clear the pavilion master had been ambushed. Jaha stood up, looking at the stunned faces. These guys, he scoffed, are only showing up to sightsee after their master is dead. He paused for a few tense seconds, then delivered his ultimatum. Listen up, the Black Cat Guild master has changed his mind. No sect, not a single one, will be established in Eilon County. Let these Cho brothers be an example, a warning. If anyone else dares to request the establishment of a sect, they'll face the exact same consequences. Is that clear? The guards, their faces utterly pale with fear, just stood there. Jaha didn't wait. If you don't want to die, he warned, his voice low, then get out of my way. And just like that, they immediately parted, forming two lines on either side, allowing Jaha to pass. But just then, a hushed voice broke the silence. Isn't that the innkeeper Jaha? Another guard whispered. Huh, what? The innkeeper Jaha? Really? More whispers erupted. Yeah, it's him. He just changed his clothes, but if you look closely, you can tell right away. Jaha, hearing this, immediately spun around. What the hell? He probably thought. He then confirmed, his voice firm. Yes, I am the innkeeper. Hearing that, the entire group of guards turned red and purple with anger. Can you imagine? Jaha just calmly asked, so what? Does that give you more courage? That statement only fueled their rage, making their facial veins bulge. Jaha then challenged them directly. Anyone who wants to follow ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ's footsteps, anyone who wants to join him in the afterlife, step forward. I'll gladly send you on your way. The guards were absolutely red-faced with fury, but here's the kicker. Not a single one had the courage to step forward. Jaha sighed, clearly unimpressed. Finally, one of them managed to blurt out, "Why did you kill our master?" Jaha's reply was chilling. "Why did I kill him? Do you think he had a reason every time he kills someone?" And with that, he turned and left. One mic drop moment, right? Meanwhile, back at the Jaha Inn, Seongti was still patiently waiting at the gate for Jaha. When Jaha finally walked in, Seongti looked surprised. "You said you're going to kill ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ," he exclaimed. "Why are you back so early?" Jaha just walked past him, cool as a cucumber. "He's dead," he simply replied. "Just finish him off." Seongti couldn't believe it. "Don't lie to me," he shouted. Jaha didn't even turn around. "If you don't believe me," he said, "go check for yourself." Seongti was utterly stunned. He thought to himself, he hasn't been gone for long at all. And even if he did kill ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ, how could he be completely unharmed? This innkeeper, what kind of fateful encounter did he have? Jaha, meanwhile, was completely unfazed. "Before you leave," he added, almost as an afterthought, "remember to clean up the food. And while you're at it, clean up the infamy, too." Seongti, still in shock, stood rooted to the spot, just staring at him. Talk about a rude awakening, right? Seongti grumbled under his breath, searching around. Damn it, he thought. He dares to order me, Seongti, to clean up? Damn it, is there no rag in this house? Meanwhile, Jaha was in his room, already deep in meditation and cultivation. The urgent matters are all taken care of, he thought, taking a deep breath. Now, I can finally focus on cultivation. He slowly closed his eyes. Memories of his battle with ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ flooded back, vivid and powerful. My power has increased significantly, he realized. I can't waste this precious opportunity. He let out a soft sigh, a mix of relief and determination. Then he began to cultivate. The divine were glowing brightly in his hands. Jaha cultivated like this from late afternoon, all the way until the sun set, and darkness finally enveloped Demonfall Town. A few hours zipped by, and wouldn't you know it, the sky started to brighten. Word of what happened quickly spread like wildfire throughout Demonfall. People whispered, "Is the story about ʀᴇᴛᴜʀ really true? I heard the innkeeper, Jaha, killed him just a few days ago." Another would chime in, "No way. I can't believe that." "So, where's that innkeeper now?" someone else wondered. "Has anyone seen him in the last few days? Could he be dead too?" Meanwhile, our buddy Seongti quietly made his way toward Jaha's inn. Inside, Jaha let out a long, satisfied breath. Phew, he thought to himself. I've finally broken through the Foundation Realm and reached the Blade Realm. Even though he'd successfully cultivated through these stages in his past life, the speed at which he was accumulating and absorbing internal energy now, it was just too fast, wasn't it? Jaha silently looked at his hands, then clenched them with fierce determination. It's no longer just a prediction, you know? I can be absolutely certain I'll become even stronger than I was in my past life. But wow, this room looks awful, doesn't it? He mused. It's all because of the bodily waste that accumulated during my progression from the Foundation Realm to the Blade Realm. It smells absolutely terrible. But hey, in return for enduring this stench, I've achieved a truly worthy result. This body is finally clean enough to practice martial arts. Suddenly, from outside, Seongti's voice practically yelled, "Oh my god, what is that smell? That's horrible. What did you do to make it stink so bad?" Jaha stepped out. "You're here," he simply stated. "Oh, that smell," Seongti exclaimed, pinching his nose tightly. "Did you take a dump in there?" "What?" Jaha asked, a hint of annoyance in his voice. Seongti yelped, quickly dashing away. As he ran, he turned back, yelling, "If you gotta take a dump, do it outside. Who craps in a room like that? It smells so bad, terribly bad. You definitely didn't just do it once, did you? This guy's so weird." Seongti then wretched, completely grossed out. The scene shifts, and now we see Jaha. Soaking in a bathtub, a look of pure satisfaction is on his face. This is so comfortable, he thought, probably enjoying the clean water after his spiritual stench. But then, a memory silently resurfaced. The moment Seongti chased him with a knife. "Please wash yourself properly before you come out. Don't come near me," Seongti had shouted. Ja, in response, had yelled back, "Put down the knife, or do you want a beating?" Thinking back on it, he was still furious. "That damn guy," he snapped, a scowl on his face. Suddenly, the door opened. Jaha glanced over, a little surprised. It was Lady Chae-hyang, holding a long towel and bowing politely. Jaha frowned. "Why are you here?" he asked. "I will serve you, sir," Lady Chae-hyang replied softly. Are you serious?" Jaha responded, clearly taken aback. Lady Chae-hyang then explained, "Big brother Seongti told me to come here, so if you finish your bath, I will help you dry off." As she said this, her face fell, looking as if she'd been utterly forced into it. "All right," Jaha said firmly. "You don't need to come here anymore. I'll talk to Seongti myself, so you don't have to do these things. Didn't you make it very clear, Lady Chae-hyang? You sell your art, not your body. Continue to live by that principle." That powerful statement from Jaha. Well, it left Lady Chae-hyang utterly speechless, completely surprised by his words. After saying that, Jaha turned back to his bath. He thought angrily to himself, that Seongti guy, he just causes trouble all day long, even when he isn't trying to, always thinking of useless things. Lady Chae-hyang still stood there, holding the towel, hesitant to leave. She bowed her head deeply. "Thank you, sir," she began, her voice soft. "Also, I'm very sorry for what happened before." "It's all right," Jaha replied, shrugging. "It's all in the past anyway, isn't it?" Lady Chae-hyang, her curiosity piqued, then asked, "Sir, you're so incredibly strong. So, why did you let those others beat you up like that back then?" Jaha was momentarily speechless. He turned to her, a mischievous glint in his eye. "Well, I had to get beaten up, didn't I?" he explained with a grin. "It was the perfect excuse for revenge. A gentleman's revenge, you see, is a dish best served cold. And an innkeeper's revenge? Well, that's got to begin with getting his ass kicked." Lady Chae-hyang looked utterly bewildered. "Is there really such a saying?" she asked, wide-eyed. "Nope, I just made it up," Jaha replied, chuckling. He couldn't help but smile at her disappointed expression. With that, he went back to enjoying his bath, humming a cheerful tune. A long while later, Jaha was still blissfully relaxing in the tub. He mused to himself, "Trying to use a honey trap on me? Not a chance. I'm still a virgin, you know." This suddenly reminded him of his past life, when the demon sect leader had once told him, "Jaha, the reason you've never been with anyone is because normal women don't like you. The beauties around you, they're all arranged by us. The whole world knows this." Why am I suddenly thinking about such random things, he wondered. Just then, Seongti suddenly burst in, shouting, "Big trouble. Fire. There's a fire." Jaha snapped, "Hey, Seongti, it's just a fire. What's with all the screaming?" Seongti, wide-eyed and panicked, gasped, "The place that's on fire. It's your inn." Jaha sat up, stunned. Can you believe it? And just like that, folks, Jaha's beloved inn was being consumed by a raging fire. A massive crowd of townsfolk had gathered, watching in horror. Suddenly, a loud, menacing shout echoed through the air. "Listen up, everyone. From now on, anyone who dares to help or hide that innkeeper, Jaha, will die in my hands. Is that clear?" Then, someone from the crowd yelled back, "Sampyeong, your brother's buried behind the inn. Why didn't you retrieve his body before you set the fire?" Sampyeong angrily spun around. "Which bastard said that?" he roared, his eyes scanning the crowd. "Me, you son of a bitch," Jaha replied, stepping forward from among the onlookers. Sampyeong looked utterly confused. Who are you?" he stammered. Jaha frowned, disbelief etched on his face. "You burned down my inn, and you're still asking that question? Are you stupid or something?" Only then did Sampyeong's eyes widen in recognition. "Y'all, what the hell is this? How could a lowly peasant like you change so much? Is this the one?" A new, cold voice cut through the tension. A man in black, a formidable aura about him, asked, gesturing toward Jaha. Sampyeong quickly bowed. "Yes, senior," he replied, his voice tense. The man in black fixed his gaze on Sampyeong. "So, you brought me all the way here just to kill an innkeeper?" "Yes," Sampyeong admitted, visibly nervous. The man in black's anger was palpable. "You and your brothers want to establish a sect right here in Ilion County, correct? You can't even kill a single innkeeper, and you want to establish a sect? What a joke," he scoffed, clearly disgusted. Sampiong, clearly terrified, stammered, "Ish, that's only if I were to kill this innkeeper. I'd be ridiculed by everyone in the martial world." The man in black just said, "You handle it yourself." Sampiong was stunned. "Sir, if your brother's abilities are so weak that he can't even kill a single innkeeper, then I can't possibly stand with you." The mysterious man simply stared. Sampiong started sweating, a bit scared. But then, Jaha stepped forward, his voice firm. "That's right, chose Sampiong. A man needs to have some conscience, don't you think? Don't rely on others for everything. You should handle this yourself." He paused, looking directly at them. "Whoever loses gets burned alive. Sound good?" The mysterious man looked at Jaha and smiled. "An innkeeper with quite an aura, indeed. Not bad. Excellent, actually. I'm also a well-known figure in the martial world, you know. I'll gladly witness this battle." He declared that the battle was about to begin. Jaha and Sampiong stood facing each other. Sampiong's mind raced. "Damn it. Because of this Jah guy, both of my brothers are already." Jaha, on the other hand, was focused squarely on the mysterious man. "Huh, that guy's clever. He's pretending to give me a chance to fight Cho Sampiong, but he's actually observing me, trying to gauge my true abilities." Beside them, then burned fiercely a sea of orange flames. Jaha took one last, lingering look at his inn, then turned his gaze, sharp and determined, straight at Sampiong. Sampiong, flinching, blurted out, "What the hell are you doing?" "What?" Jaha asked, calm as ever. "Draw your sword," Sampiong demanded. Jaha scoffed. "Against someone like you? I don't need a sword." That statement made Sampiong grit his teeth in fury. "You bastard," he yelled, lunging forward, his sword slashing wildly in front of Jaha. But Jaha merely raised a fist and charged. Wham! A fatal punch connected right with Sampiong's side, sending him immediately crashing to the ground. Looking down at Sampiong writhing in pain, Jaha asked, "Why so dramatic? I haven't even used a fraction of my power yet." Sampiong glared up furiously. He then gripped his sword, charging forward again, his blade barely missing Jaha's cheek. "You're pretty crude, aren't you?" Jaha said, grabbing Sampiong's arm tightly, making him struggle and tremble. "Just like your two dead brothers. As expected, someone like you needs to disappear from this land." With that, Jaha drew his own sword. A single, swift slash across Sampiong's body sent blood flying into the air. Sampiong died without even having time to close his eyes, collapsing to his knees in a pool of his own blood. Then, he fell face first on the ground before Jaha. Jaha stood there, looking down at him majestically. Folks, people were buzzing, murmuring amongst themselves. He killed Cho Sampiong that easily, they wondered. Is that really just Jaha, innkeeper? Can you believe how quickly things spiraled out of control? Jaha, meanwhile, was staring at his burning home, his fists clenched. Crazy bastards, he muttered, cursing under his breath. What did any of them ever do wrong? He was clearly furious, wasn't he? But just then, a voice cut through the chaos. It was the mysterious man, finally speaking up. "Your martial arts," he declared, "are truly profound. I acknowledge your victory in this life and death battle." Then, almost casually, he added, "Until we meet again." He actually turned to leave, folks. But Jaha wasn't having it. "Hey," he called out, his voice sharp, "where do you think you're going?" The man, of course, stopped dead in his tracks. "And listen to this." The man turned, his tone dripping with menace. "How dare you," he snarled, "speak to a member of the Black Fong Syndicate like that?" But Jaha, oh, he just loves to provoke, doesn't he? "Oh, I'm so scared," he mocked, "of the Black Fong Syndicate." And just to drive the point home, he drew his sword, a powerful aura erupting from his body. You just know this isn't over. That's all for today. For the next part, make sure to subscribe my channel Fire Recap. And you don't forget to share and like the video. I am out.